2017 Conference USA Kickoff presented by Under Armour. I think I said Western Kentucky next. They are tomorrow. But joining us now is the Commissioner of Conference USA, Judy MacLeod. Good to have you with us.
Good to be here, Ron.
I think one of the overriding stories this year, and it's kind of a feel-good story coming into this football season, is UAB returning to football. From a commissioner standpoint, how exciting is that for you?
You know, this will be the first time. This group of schools we've had together now for 3 years, this 14. Next year, or this season, I say next year, it's already here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Will be the first time that all 14 have participated in football. And so, you know, we had Old Dominion and Charlotte adding programs, and so they phased in. We've never had our 14 all together, and we're super excited for that.
And we also have 3 new coaches, and we'll be talking to the 3 newbies tomorrow. That, of course, Lane Kiffin, Butch Davis, and Mike Sanford at Western Kentucky, and that kind of adds a little bit of intrigue to the season.
Yeah, you know, you look at, we've got a couple of veteran guys and then a guy with his first head coaching job taking over a program that's favored to win. Mm-hmm. And so they're all different stories. I think our Florida schools have so much potential. And so we have Butch and Lane down there trying to add to that. And it's going to be an exciting year. And
we also have great television packages for Conference USA this year. Added a new broadcast partner in Stadium. They're going to be joining us. But it's so important to have a great relationship with those television broadcasters.
Yeah, we're really fortunate. We've got four partners that care deeply about us and really try to make it a great experience. You know, BN has come in and really learned college football, which they hadn't done before. Stadium now new this year. And, of course, ESPN and CBS have always been fantastic for us.
And, of course, last year, a very successful bowl season again for Conference USA. They sent a record 7 teams to the bowls, and that is just a great payoff. When you look at the different bowls there, from Zaxby's Heart of Dallas, Bahamas Bowl, Boca Raton, those are also important to have part of the conference.
Yeah, we've got great destinations and great bowl partners. All of them are places that our fans like to go. We try to do things regionally when we can so we can have the most fans attend. But we have a lot of different options and, you know, some really intriguing ones in the Bahamas and things like that.
And I still haven't been invited to that game, Judy. I'm waiting for my invite from you on that.
All right.
You know, there's been a lot of talk about Power 5 becoming Power 6. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I haven't gotten the memo in case that happened,
yeah.
But, you know, there are, according to the NCAA and according to the CFP, there's an autonomy 5 that have the seat at the table, and then there's a non-autonomy 5. So there are 10 FBS conferences. And I had our guys kind of go back the 3 years that our 14 have been together. We've held our own plus against our peer conferences, the other 4. And so, you know, I think you can look at it any way you want. But we've had some great teams in Conference USA. Last year, for example, I'm not sure, top to bottom, we probably weren't as strong as we have been. Mm-hmm. But you look at the WKUs, the Louisiana Tech, the consistency of those 2 programs over the last 3 years. You throw in Marshall 3 years ago, Southern Miss 2 years ago. We've had teams that nobody in the country really wants to play, and I'm not sure they've gotten enough credit for the quality that we've had.
Well, you look at the overall bowl record the last 3 years for Conference USA, 11-6, 4-0 versus the AAC, and you've had great success against a lot of the so-called bigger conferences too. In fact, last year, Conference USA had a couple of wins over SEC schools.
It is, and with our bowl partnerships, you know, we get an opportunity to play on a neutral-type field. We talk about that all the time in basketball, a neutral court. But in football, those bowl opportunities give us that opportunity where we don't get a lot of home games versus a autonomy 5.
Let's talk about basketball, too, because we are not too far away from the Star, the Dallas Cowboys training facility in Frisco, Texas. And it was announced earlier that that is where the Conference USA basketball tournament is going to be held. Number 1, having been there, it's an incredible facility. And number 2, I think the excitement is going to be generated just by being at the Dallas Cowboys home.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable. They have spared no expense. It's first class everywhere you turn. Obviously, it's a football facility, and so we've had some questions with that. If I'm not mistaken, I think every Final Four is played in a football facility.
You're exactly right.
But, you know, the Cowboys don't do anything halfway. And so they're committed to making it a first-class experience. We'll build the courts out The building's tremendous. Just the buzz around Frisco with all the new restaurants and the hotel, the Omni there right with the Star. Everything's just kind of moving, and it's a fun experience to be in.
And I think it's great for the conference, too, because you're going to get a lot of national exposure, I think it will be the first basketball tournament held inside the Star.
It will.
So it'll be natural exposure for the team.
Yeah.
Judy, I appreciate it. Always good
Great to have
seeing you. Best of luck this year.
Thanks. Sorry I wasn't Western Kentucky, but you'll get them tomorrow.
I'll get them tomorrow,
right.
along with the rest of the Eastern teams. And we will start things off at 9 o'clock Central Time, coming your way live from Dallas, Texas. That wraps it up for today. We'll see you tomorrow.